So it's sunrise, a little bit after, but I've been out here waiting for my wife, knowing that she's not coming, that I'll have many more days before she'll ever be coming for me, or if I have to come for her or whatever. But I don't know. I talk to a lot of people who have either gotten divorced, been in the situation that I'm in, because they caught a domestic violence charge also, and had to deal with ramifications from it. A lot of guys give up. They give up on their wives. They give up on their kids. Now, not everybody, but I would say more than I thought. And I might have a small sample size compared to, what the actual sample size is. But a lot of guys, they just don't make their kids a priority or their wife a priority anymore, and I won't accept that. I got mad yesterday for the first time since all this stuff happened, like actually mad. But I didn't become violent, I didn't scream, I didn't yell, but I was pissed because I had somebody who told me that he signed divorce papers with his wife and determined that it was just easier to let his kids go. And they would reach out to him when he could. And I said, dude, you signed over your rights. Like, I'm not judging you because I'm a piece of shit. I got nowhere to talk. Let's be honest here, though. That's on paper. That's giving up your kids, And it got me mad because he tried to tell me that I'll be a lot happier once I just let go. Yeah, I get that when I let go of the things that matter to me, it might make my life easier when I can't have those things. But I think every successful person who's ever heard some shit that they didn't like said, no, I'm not going for that plan. When you're running a marathon, and I've never run one, but I imagine it takes mental discipline and toughness and physical discipline and toughness. When you get to the halfway point and your body is like, yo, I'm done with this, what do? You keep going. Right now, I feel like the equivalent of being whooped by Thanos. I am the Iron Man, and I have been impaled. And now I am left on Titan next to alone. And everybody that I love and care about is really far away. And even though I'm hurting, I gotta make it towards them. I gotta try. I gotta keep going. But all of them bringing this stuff up makes me think, what if they're right? What if she's done with me? Then what happens? Well, right now, all I can do is have faith. Have faith that she still loves me. As a matter of fact, the only thing on the days when I don't have much going on that gets me through is I talk to myself like a loon and I say, she loves you, Dre. She really does. She still wants you. You're still her husband. She's never given you any reason to think that she wants anything other than you to get your shit together and to get back in their lives. I think about every conversation we've had that was positive, and I try and just re-say those things. Somebody told me, a counselor, I went and saw a second counselor trying to get multiple opinions. He gave me basically the same thing. It's kind of a waste of my time, but I'm going to see both counselors and in hopes of trying to hammer out a good mental health plan so that I can get my kids back, so that I can get my wife back, so I can be a healthy person with better habits in their lives. So I went there and he said, if you're having trouble sleeping, which I am, and you're always anxious, you're always worried about your wife and your kids, which I am, that I need to burn off a lot of that energy, find something to do. So I've come up with something. And I don't think it's going to be enough to burn off my energy throughout the day, but I think it might help. I think I'm going to do 100 push-ups a day as a discipline for my wife, for my kids. I'll break them up throughout the course of the day, but the goal is, because I broke my left arm, so it's hard for me to do a push-up because my arm is held together by plates and steel, and my left arm was never the same after the break, But I figure if I do the push-ups and I try and do them right, and I do 100 of them a day, I have a lot of time between now and when I'll see my wife. I've already been trying to eat a little bit better, not snacking all the time, not having fast food or pop, So if I can put a little more activity into the better eating habits, I can maybe transform myself so that when my wife does see me, does get an opportunity, she'll be able to see on the surface I took this seriously, and I'll be able to say, hey, every single day I did 100 push-ups for you, for the kids, to show you that I could sacrifice for you guys, and to help give my anxiety a little bit of a knockdown. Because knowing my wife, knowing everything that she means to me, knowing everything that I mean to her, knowing what we mean to each other, to the boys, what they mean to us, I can't give up. There's nothing inside me that says it'll be okay for me to give up. When I got married, I entered a covenant, an agreement between me, our religious person who was a friend of mine from school, and my wife and God. And that's it. And that it was that we would be together, that we would always love each other, that we would stay true to each other, that we would take care of each other and fight for each other, no matter what. I have to earn it, no matter what.